Hello! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and heads up, got a little bit of a cough going on right now. I appear to have got a cold again. That's what happens when you send a baby to daycare. They just come back with every virus known to man. Thankfully, the viruses are all colds so far. But I'm not gonna, count my chickens before they hatch. We'll see what happens. It's all very exciting, let me tell you. So, I realized today when I was doing my regular scouting that I've got that classic problem that it's a minor problem in Factorio, but a major problem in real life. And that is the rubber broke. We need to get rubbers sorted out, so we'll do that. Well, you know what, I'm just not even going to deal with it, I'm just going to do that. That should fix our problems. Hydrogen sulfide gas will probably get pumped through here relatively quickly. And then we should be good yet again. Did I just call Lil K a major problem in life? Absolutely not. See, look man, I don't know how to tell you this, but this was an intentional thing. This is probably more information than anyone really needs, but it was intentional. That's way more information than anyone needed. Way more information than I needed to give. Anyway. Speaking of Lil K, it was his first birthday on the weekend. So we had a party for him and he got very overwhelmed because there was a lot of people. But he did pretty well actually. He was generally pretty happy for most of the time. He just got a little scared at times because, a lot of people. Wouldn't you get scared if there were a lot of people all of a sudden, like, wanting to see you? I mean, hell, now that I'm thinking about it aloud, I'm already scared of the idea that a lot of people might want to see me. Like, why do they want to see me? What's going wrong? Why do they want to see me? So, I can understand why little K was a little scared. But, he got through it well, and he got lots of toys and books, so, some new fun books for Daddy to read to him. Because I read to him every night, and I think that's important. It is actually pretty important. I don't think people think about, how important it is to read to children. How about a Seif meetup sometime where we can see you in person? What do you mean? You can see me in person right now. Just look at the webcam. I'm here. I don't know what you mean. I don't know where that could possibly be. Like a convention or something? Maybe a bit tricky right now, I think. One day I'd like to do that. But not yet. I mean, like, if I ever go to, like, PAX Australia, I'll sort something out, but I don't know when that'll... Oh, shoot. When that'll be. But one day I'd love to go to PAX Australia again and try and meet up with people. And then everyone just ditches me. I would love that. No, I wouldn't actually. I'd be so disappointed. I'd be like, ah. I thought people cared. Which is why it's the ultimate prank, right? You get someone thinking that you care, and then you just rip that away from them. Hilarity. Okay, that should build those faster. Alright, off you go. And that comes in. Okay, so I was thinking how we can improve Stirite, because Stirite is disappointing me. It's disappointing me in the only way that I could be disappointed, which is fundamentally. I'm fundamentally disappointed. Okay, we also have another problem here, I think. Where... Let's do an overflow valve and a flare stack. That should fix some of those problems. Or maybe not. Maybe there wasn't actually a problem to be had. I'm not sure. Okay, so Stirite. It is bad and gross. Now, I can't really fix it because there's stuff in the way, but I can do something. Yeah, we have an advertising deal at the moment. I'll talk a little bit more about it, but we are advertising for... No? Hang on, is it not working? It should be whispering to you. Check your whispers. So we are advertising for SeiferKatt, which I'll talk more about later. Or it's broken. Is it just broken? No, it's working. So yeah, we're advertising with SeiferKatt, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But for those who are interested, there is a little sign-up code if you want 4 months free. Woo! I have sold out. But yeah, so that's the advertising thing that I've been talking about, just getting it a little bit sorted, just getting everything in place before it starts spamming everyone. And it should at some point remind you about it. And that'll be going for a little while, but you know, it helps the channel out, so yeah. I don't really have any more things to say other than yeah right now. Sometimes you just gotta say yeah. This is not steroid, is it? Oh no, it's not the right one. Okay, well let's just undo that. That was me trying to find the mute before I coughed directly into the microphone. Looks like I found it in time, but I looked like a fool doing it. But that's not fair. I look like a fool doing a lot of things. So let's not discriminate against me looking like a fool, shall we? Okay. Now that I've already done something foolish, let's do it again. We might need more sand. I'll rephrase that. We totally need more sand. At a satisfactory person, you understand the basic concept of what I'm doing. Other than that, you have no idea what I'm doing. That's fair. I find that satisfactory. I will never get bored of that joke. It's like the oxygen not included joke. I will make it every time. Look, as a Factorio player, I also have no real idea what I'm doing, but damn, I make it look good. Satisfactory is an interesting game. I don't think I ever really truly appreciated it, but I'm glad that it exists in the market. I think it is. That's the only satisfactory answer. Ha 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 ha. I wanted to like it. It just didn't really click with me. I don't think I can understand 3D space. One day I might understand what a 3D space is, but right now, don't understand it at all. Okay, here comes my sand. I'm certainly not going to go around and tell people, oh, if you play Satisfactory, you're a loser. Because I don't think you are. Because the world has enough dumb BS going on that we do not need to console wars ourselves into what crafting and conveyor belt game you enjoy. You know, we can construct our own dumb BS on that sort of thing, but let's not. Okay? I say that like someone was onto it and they're like, ah, actually, alright then. Alright, Steve, if you say we shouldn't, then we won't. Okay. There we go. I mean, it is fun to, like, pretend, like, ooh, that game sucks. But why? Why do that? Like, it doesn't suck. It's just not for me. You know, not every game's for every person. That's okay. That's why the internet is, like, games is absolutely amazing at the moment. Mindustry is another game that I just really couldn't get into. But you know what? Like, this is what's awesome about Steam. Like, for reals. So, you go on Steam, right, and you find, like, a bazillion games. All of them are just so different and unique in their own special little way. And if you want to play one of them, you're absolutely welcome to. And if you go, man, none of this is for me, you'll find something else that works for you, because there's so many games for you to enjoy. And I think Anyone who's been on Steam and has some degree of like actual love for video games, as opposed to it's just a thing they do sometimes, has a game on their Steam list somewhere that they go, I love this game, and if you look up how many concurrent players are playing it, it's like 3. And you're like, why are only 3 people playing this? This is a travesty. And I guarantee everyone has like that game on their list where they're just like, I cannot believe no one plays this. I'd be surprised if everyone didn't have at least one game like that. Now, I couldn't tell you what that game is on my list. I've probably got multiple games like that on my list, honestly. That's just an absolute travesty that a game was just ignored. And not because of spite or anything, it just didn't, you know, didn't get the audience it deserved. And it's sad, but, you know, that's in some ways also kind of the beauty of Steam, that there are so many games and so many good stuff that, you know, people just don't know them. And one could argue that's a problem with Steam, like discoverability and the like, but I'm taking the beautiful side of it, okay? They've seen some serious beef on Discord about between games like Factorio, Satisfactory, and Industry. I mean, they're all different games, you know, and again, like, ooh, you like one game over another? Okay, well, good for you. It doesn't matter. Like, let's all just enjoy video games, you know? We're not some, like, jocks in the 90s pushing over kids because they liked video games. Hey dweeb, you like video games? Pushes the kid over. Enjoy eating rubbish bin, dweeb. Aw, poor dweeb. He didn't deserve that. Oh, you can go home, by the way. Sorry, I didn't remember I left you here. Sorry. But yeah, no, I would never bully someone. Well, not bully, but like say someone's choice in video game is bad, because you know what? What does it matter? Isn't it just cool that we all can just play all sorts of great games? I mean, that's so rad. And I mean, it's so funny that some people like hear a Factorio and they're just like, oh, that does not sound like it'd be fun at all. And it's like, you have no idea what you're missing, bro, because it's so fun. But I can see why people wouldn't like it. I mean, I get the gist. I guess some people are just, you know, wrong. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong. People are wrong every day. What is my plan here? I would like to... I almost wonder if I'd be happier like this. Most of the arguing you've seen is fanboyism. I like this one better than yours. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with, like, people saying, oh, you like that one? I like this one. Everyone's having fun. Like, that doesn't flippin' matter. And that's the sort of logic I have with it. Like, oh, you like Satisfactory? I've played it. It's not my sort of thing, but I'm so happy for you. And these days, like, I've taken that to a much bigger extreme. Like, oh, you play every Madden football game? That's cool, man. I can't talk about it, but I'm glad you are having fun with a video game. I don't understand it, and I don't want to, but you do you, buddy. You do you. Yeah, I think the fanboyism is kind of like the old console wars argument. Like, you know, you have a $500 console and you can only have one because either you're a child, and this sounds like I'm being insulting now. You're a child. Either you're a child and you can't afford that. Oh, and then we get these occasional barks that reminds you about the VPN. That's going to happen. Hey, you decided to pick it up? I hope you enjoy it. It's exactly the same thing. You can only buy one, so what do you buy? You buy the PlayStation. Okay, congratulations, you bought the PlayStation. Now you're realizing that maybe it was not the perfect answer. What do you do? And the answer is Be sad. No, can't be sad. Be angry. Oh, angry is something we can do. And then, yeah. Also, it's good to see you, Zoe. I hope you enjoy Satisfactory. As I said, it's not a bad game. I just didn't really love it. Like, it's a good game. It is quite satisfactory. Okay. Okay, is that logic going to hold up? Who knows? I just really need more stirite to come through. That's what I'm working on right now. And if we have more lag production? No one wants to produce more lag, you fools. If we have more slag production, then things are good. So, I may have mentioned before, I'll mention again, I'm not feeling particularly well, so I had the day off work today. And I was like, I don't know what to watch. Like, I was just like, I don't want to play anything, I just want to sit on the couch and just watch TV. So I did. And I decided, you know what I haven't ever watched? I've never watched, like, that Black Mirror show. I should watch that, is what I decided. So I decided to watch the first episode of Black Mirror. Boy, what a show. What a terrifying show. I mean, I enjoyed it, but ugh. Ugh. That'll do for now. We'll figure out the rest later. Speak for yourself. With a bad enough computer, anything is lag production. Yeah, I don't really want to make lag, though. Like, my base is technically already producing lag. It's the only real thing that this computer is producing right now is lag. I'm not going to say entertainment, because I can't promise that. But it's certainly doing its best. Or I'm doing my best. One of us is doing its best in producing entertainment. I'd like to say it's me, but I can't promise a damn thing. I think with Satisfactory, I got annoyed when I couldn't figure out how to make the trucks, like, deliver their coal. That was lucky. I couldn't figure out how to make the trucks deliver their coal, and then I just got frustrated. And rather than look at a guide on how to unload truck, I just stopped playing it. Until then, I was having a great time playing it. And it was probably really easy, I just never figured it out. If I'd probably just spent like 10 minutes on the internet, I probably would have been like, oh, well that's easy. But I didn't. And that probably says more about me than it does about anything else. Alright. So are we making things? No, we're not. Could we make things? Thank you for following Derpy Stick Dude. Derpy Stick Dude. Great name. Okay, so that is making a bunch of slag that I don't even really think I need, but here it is. Okay, and that should hopefully get us into a position where we produce a lot more stuff. Oh, do we need to power these as well? Okay, sure, if you want to be like that. Okay. Yeah. Maybe some boars. Need some more boars. Okay. So the hope is that this will make a bit more slag that will expand the amount of stuff we're actually making and increase steroid production, which is needed for just a whole bunch of things. This is the biggest factory you've seen in Factorio? Yeah, it's pretty large. I won't lie, it's fairly large. It's gotten away from me a little bit, but mods can do that. You trust mods with your life, and this is how they repay you, by making a big factory. Maybe I shouldn't trust a mod with my life. I've made that mistake before. Thanks, Gosen. I'll never trust again. I'll never trust, I'll never love again. Thank you, Gosen. But hey, for what it's worth, I know what most of it does. Like, I assembled it all, but I just don't remember what half of it does anymore. Because it's just too big. I think more than once this run, I've started making something before realizing halfway through it seems very, very familiar, and then realize I've already made it. And then I feel very, very silly. That's okay. Feeling very, very silly is kind of what I do around here. Okay. That is all doing a lot better. That is doing a lot better. What I would like to see is starting to have jams in here, which I'm... Oh! We kind of are seeing that. Thoughts on Tesla Tower? Soulburn, it's an interesting question. All I have really to say is pew 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 pew. Hell yeah! I don't actually hear the sound, but hey, look, more guns. I understand the sound is probably awesome, but I didn't actually hear it. But yeah, look, I'll take a new gun. Although it's another moment where what's his face, the guy who made SpaceX, is just like, now he wants stuff to shoot with those guns. That's true. They keep just showing us biters, and I don't trust them. We know there's more than biters out there, because it went stomp, 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 stomp. Arendelle, that's right. I shouldn't try and make those noises today. I'm already feeling unwell as it is. Okay. Maybe we should not do that. And maybe just a friendly little pump right there. Gleba are said to have several factions of enemies. Several factions? What do you mean, factions? Galba or Gleba? Gleba, not Galba, because it's around the other way. Into the enemies with different weaknesses. They already have those. Like, biters already have different weaknesses, so it's not really that surprising. I don't know if that's news. Gleba. Hi, Daiskin. Okay. If we get more sterite pouring through, I'm just a happier boy. And who doesn't want to be a happier boy? Everyone should try and be a happier boy whenever possible. And someone will be like, but I'm not a boy. I don't want to be a boy. I'm like, you know what? That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Not everyone has to be a happier boy if they don't want to be, I suppose, is the argument that I'd have to make then. Okay. We'll just keep jamming things in here. It should work eventually. And a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. Alright. Three, two, one, let's jam. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bow. That was one of the shows I was really considering watching today. I was like flicking through Netflix trying to figure out what to watch, and I did come across like the live action Cowboy Bebop, and I went, ooh, do I want to check out the live action Cowboy Bebop? I was close. I was considering it. And then I didn't, because I didn't want to. I mean, Cowboy Bebop's a classic. Like the original, not the Netflix show. As far as I know, no one liked the Netflix show. Or at least no one watched the Netflix show. Which is a shame. 3, 2, 1, no. About time we blow the scene. Everyone get their stuff together. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. If you haven't already, you recommend Severance. Okay, I haven't seen that. I will need to check it out. I mean, I say I'll need to check it out. I don't know when I'll get the chance. Like, it's just been very good because I was just an absolute blob on the couch. Like, normally when I'm sick, I'm like, I'm just going to play video games. But today I was just like, man, I just do not flip and feel like it. I just want to lie on the couch and just watch TV. So I watched The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I watched some magic YouTuber for like 2 hours and fell asleep watching him because I wasn't really caring that much. And I watched the first episode of Black Mirror. What's a TV show? It's a valid question. They cut up the original Cowboy Bebop because it was too edgy for Western audiences. Oh, as a book. Oh, sorry. I thought you were recommending a TV show. I'm sorry. Oh, you read Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, I'm sorry. I'm following up with what you're doing. Okay. So, what they've done is it's almost like a theatre production of The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Like, they've got Benedict Cumberbatch playing Henry Sugar, and they've got, like, Richard Ayoade there as well. And it's like they're just reading the book to you, but they're sort of acting it out in, like, a theatre production. Like, someone will walk, and then, like, stagehands will, like, and change things. And it's just like... I don't know how I feel about it. I liked it, but I was also like... Why are we doing this? Like, why is this what it is? I don't know. I think I enjoyed it. It was like a 30-minute, like, one-off TV show. I mean, it wasn't long, and if you know the story of Henry Sugar, then it's not like they don't change or add anything. It's literally a faithful reproduction of that. They did 3 or 4 Roald Dahl stories, all sort of at the same time, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch was in like 2 of them. They also did The Swan, and that one like came up being like, next playing is The Swan. I'm like, oh fuck no. Oh hell no, I am not watching an adaptation of The Swan. I do not need to see that shit. That shit scared me as a child. So, yeah, I didn't watch that one. But I think they, like, converted, like, 3 or 4 Roald Dahl stories from that same collection that they had Henry Sugar in. I wonder what the other ones they had were. Sorry, I'm just distracted now. You know what? This is actually probably a good segue moment, too. And we will do that in just a moment. Henry Sugar, what else do they have? Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and 3 more. What do they have? The Ratcatcher, The Swan, and I don't remember what the last one was. I don't remember what the last one was. Oh, Poison? I don't know what Poison is. But I would not want to watch The Swan. The Swan made me very unhappy. So, you know what? That was probably actually a really good time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do advertising for a second. Because I have to. I'm not even sorry. Look, great deal, great deal. Okay, guys. I'm going to talk about Surfshark. I've never done an advertising deal. It was my first deal. Thank you so much, Surfshark, for the sponsorship. So, what we have is we have a deal that you can get 4 months free with additional, like if you pay stuff. I've got a code down below. Surfshark is a VPN service. You can use them. It's a very simple thing, actually. You can click on some stuff. You say, New Zealand content sucks. You know, for instance, we don't have Breaking Bad in New Zealand. You pay for Netflix, you don't get Breaking Bad. You pay for someone else. If you click a couple buttons, and it's so easy I can use it, bam, you're in America, bam, Breaking Bad, you can watch it. Awesome. So easy. Also, if you are doing traveling stuff, and like you're going around, they charge different things if you're in different countries. So my sister's looking at doing some traveling, lives in Canada, wants to travel in New Zealand. If you say you're in New Zealand, the prices are different. So you can find a better deal that way. So, if these sort of things interest you, there's a whole bunch of other things on Surfshark that the VPN can help you with. Do check it out. As I said, use my code. It is down below in the About page. It's down there somewhere. Use my code, SeiferKatt, and that'll give you 4 months extra with VPN services. So, with Surfshark. That's how I advertise. Anyway, yeah. But I've been using Surfshark for a little bit, and it's been good. Surfshark. No, Surfshark. I'm not allowed to change their name. They didn't explicitly tell me that I wasn't allowed to change their name, but I'm going to assume they would probably not be happy if I did that. Look at this guy getting sponsors. No. Look at this guy getting singular sponsor. But yeah. So I've had a chance to actually use it. I'm like, oh, actually, this is all pretty easy. I always thought it was a lot scarier. I always thought, like, you know, you'd have to hack your VPN. Did I practice that? Oh god, no, I practiced nothing. I practiced that like I practiced speeches in my 6th form, year 12 speech contest, meaning I didn't, and I panicked, and then I accidentally shit myself on stage. Thankfully, didn't shit myself. That's nice. I'm growing up. VPNs are a lot simpler than they used to be. I agree. I always thought it was going to be really scary, and then I like went onto my phone and I clicked a couple of things and went, oh, it's done. And then I'm like, I don't believe it was that simple. I go to Netflix, it's like, these are the top movies in the USA right now. I'm like, holy shit, it works. And then I was like, I wonder if, like, I don't really want to download stuff illegally, but if you wanted to, no. Anyway, moving on. This is me not doing the advertising deal anymore. Now I'm just talking. So, free content. But, I was like, BBC. I could watch the Doctor Who stuff, right? How hard would that be to go, I am in England? Turns out, really flippin' simple. So that's cool. Oh yes, I'm in England. I get to watch the Doctor Who's. And they're like, oh, welcome aboard, sir. Glad to have you. Where are you from? And I said, London. And they went, yeah, you probably are. So, you know. Let's move on. Let's move on from talking about Surfshark right now. So anyways, we have made a lot of stuff. Hopefully we've made enough stuff. I'm actually a little bit worried about my water production now. Maybe it's okay. Morin. You know, this name is familiar on trains. Wait. Morin, should I know your name? I mean, I'm aware Saltburn is like the cutting edge of 20th century Factorio, but have I missed some internet celebrity again? I do that so often. You're not cutting anything? You're good. You know what? Don't. Especially not to impress a girl, let me tell you that. Your cube is spaghetti. No. Oh, did you stream the other day, by the way? I didn't get to see, because I've been busy over the last few days. But did you get to stream some more Spaghetti Cube? Okay. Well, that looks like it's doing a bit better. I'm just a little bit worried about my water production now. Is water connected to everything? Or to anything? I think we're not making enough water now. You did on Saturday? Oh, excellent. How'd it go? Nothing's really connected. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Maybe we just need to make water, because I think we've jammed everything up. I try to be too swanky. We've swanked ourselves too hard this day. Okay. That's fine. Sometimes you gotta damage part of the train tracks. Never go full swank, exactly. Don't be some sort of swanker, that's what I always say. I've never actually said that, but it seems like something you should be concerned about. No one likes a swanker. Okay. And this is going to be a top-up valve. And then those are not actually connected. Interesting. Should they be connected? Probably. The important thing is, as long as we keep making stirite, I don't actually care that much. It looks like it's doing okay. Could be doing potentially better. Okay. And then you start struggling with water, because of course you do. And then everyone's struggling with water. Oh god, it's the vision of the future that we all see coming. I got too real for a moment there. Excuse me. Sorry, I should have muted, but I didn't think about it in time. So if I check stirite, specifically crushed stirite, I mean, yeah, production is alright. We still need a lot of it. I mean, that's always the way, isn't it? Hello, technical hedgehog. I don't usually go say technical hedgehog, I usually just say hedgehog, but today I think you deserve the full name. Hope you appreciate that. How many FTL theories are there? There are 2 more after this one, I believe. Yes, so I think there's like 8 total. A lot of theories about FTL, if you think about it. How many FTL theories are there total? Faster. Yeah, so there is 7. That's not too bad. We're more than halfway there. Whoa! We're more than halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. I wonder if it might not be a bad idea to maybe have a thingamajig. Right. Top up valve, please. Yeah. And we're just going to expand all these out because screw it, anything worth doing is worth doing a second time. Oh, we're halfway there. Lizard on a chair. Not lemon on a pear. That's the one I know. Okay, so that should be... Oh, it's not really doing anything. We can actually transfer the water across. Is that actually connected? Yes. Excellent. So with the extra stirrup production, I think that enhances my factory in ways that mankind is quite frankly scared of. There are many things that fit. Coming up with new ones is half the fun. I never considered I could make ones on my own. So risky, so dangerous, so alluring. It's thoughts like this that turn me into a thought criminal. We all saw it coming, let's be honest. We all saw me becoming a thought criminal one day. Let's not act like anyone's surprised. Where's that one even going? Up there, okay. Is it because it's out of stirite? Indeed it is. I hate being sick, it's the worst. Like, it's news to no one that being sick sucks. It did, thank you. I would argue it made me more than giggle, but that's okay. Okay, how are we... No problem. You get full up, do you? I want to keep making stirite until my pants explode. It happens. Let's not judge. Okay, we have a shortage of whatever this is. Plastic. Really? I thought we kind of had plastic under control. I think plastic is one of those things that we have it totally under control until we don't, repeatedly. Why are we not just cracking on with this. Ran out of whatever the hell that stuff is. Let's go have a look at plastic, see if we can... see if we figure it out. Let's go grab some alien artifacts while we're here. Now, also I'd like to check real quick blue science is going. It shouldn't be stopping. Blue science seems pretty reliable, and it is actually going pretty well. So long as blue science continues to do what it's doing, I'm pretty happy. Okay, and the science happening right now. Science is happening right now. Local science in your area. Have you ever wanted to hook up with science? Now's your chance, big boy. Have I heard about archipelago randomizers? I have not. Pray tell me more, sir. Pray tell more. Pray tell more is a dumb sentence, and I feel stupider saying it. Pray tell more. Oh. They're crazy, are they? Now you're selling it to me. So my hope is, if we do this, and maybe this, that means everything just comes through a little bit easier. It's wonderful. They grab items of 2 different games, they put them all in an item pool and mix them into the games. Oh, I have heard about these, yes. I have heard about these. I've never really looked into it too much, but I'm aware. I have some degree of awareness, which is more than most people say about me. Right, so that is making 672. Ah. Just expands it more. I'll take that. Apparently copper starts being a problem, but... 1, 2, 3... Hey, there's just an aluminium plate on the ground. Copper apparently is a problem. I don't know how I can fix that, aside from pulling copper out faster. You know what? Okay, here's a problem that I don't think we truly considered. What if we turn this into a copper drop 2? I don't know if we can. What if, okay, what if instead of turning into a copper drop 2, we just added a copper drop 2? Like this. It's a little bit crazy, but I think, because the problem is we run out of copper too easily. I don't think it's because we're lazy either. I think it's trying to. It's desperately trying to survive, but it just can't. So we will the Necronomicon. What a name. Okay. It's true if there's no inputs, and if it's less than, say, 20,000. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. Look, we got no copper through here now. It's pathetic. We look like a dweeb. And I don't want to look like a dweeb outside of my own control. Okay, and go like that. Go like that. Okay. So when the train arrives, it should take the copper fairly quickly. Okay. Now what is my active plan? I would like to go like that, like that. Oh. That. I don't know if that actually helped. I can't imagine it hurt. Okay. Okay, and back, and then back. Okay. I would like to connect these two just to try and get some evened stuff. And then I'd probably like to connect up like that. Get that evened up as well. Now the next problem is how do we get it into here? Well, I think the step one is still very similar. We connect the two of them together so that way they don't do dumb things. Okay, good. I think I've just done something very stupid. I have. Wonderful. The important thing is to notice when you've done something very stupid before it becomes a crisis. Thankfully, not a crisis. So, Diceken, why were you talking about archipelago randomizers? Are you doing one? Or are you watching one? Or are you yourself an archipelago randomizer? And Glacier, I have raised the quality of stream as per your request. Factorio, Mario, Metroid, and Zelda ones. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I can say for certain I wouldn't be able to do that one because I do not know, honestly, any of those games very well. Like, I love Metroid and I love Zelda, but I would never be able to be like, good enough at any of them to be able to play a randomizer of them. Even one of them, quite frankly. You're playing one of the big asyncs? Oh wow, okay. That's cool. I think research is part of it, from what I've seen. I glanced at a little bit. I think someone told me about it in Factorio once. I think there's something in Noita as well, just saying. I think you can link them to Noita. Just saying for those of you who are Soulburn. It's all researchers, yeah. So Soulburn, when are we getting the Noita Factorio randomizer? When's that happening? It'll be a cold day in hell before Soulburn falls for that trap. There we go. I just really want the science to be just always going. I never want a reason for the science to stop. Okay. Oh, do we have a problem that there's like only one train or something silly with that for gold? Look, if there was a RimWorld, Factorio... What are the games I streamed? RimWorld, Factorio, Crusader Kings, and Noita. If all those three were in a thing, I would be willing to risk my life on that one. Not anytime soon, but certainly at some point. The RimWorld one would be interesting. You do construction to send the information to... You make weapons. You make weapons in Factorio. Yes, that would work well. I say that would work well as if I know what I'm talking about. I do not. But since when did I ever really know what I'm talking about? I was waiting on someone playing Zelda to unlock blue signs for them. Remember that game where I play as an arms dealer? He's an arms dealer. I was thinking of that game. Like, you mean Space Pirate Organ Trading Simulator? Yes, I do remember that game. Is that in there as well? Oh god. That's where I put my oil production, if I had one. Yeah. Bloody Zelda players never collecting enough oil. That's always been my problem with Zelda players, they just do not get enough oil. One that randomizes recipes and one that randomizes properties. Oh yeah, I'd love to do one of those one time. I've seen that. Dosh did one of those, right? I mean, Dosh did everything, right? Dosh is Dosh is just a handsome man who plays more Factorio than I can ever imagine. I don't know if he's a handsome man, but I assume he is. I've never seen the man, but, you know. Anyone who loves Factorio that must be a handsome man. That's my logic. Okay. That's still sort of doing something. I'll take that. What are we short on for sciences? I assume it's still blue. It is still blue, yeah. The good news is it almost looks like it's beginning to back up. Means we could probably do one more. As long as the science don't quit. Uh-oh. The science be quitting soon. Okay, we have problems. We have problems. We have problems. We must fix aforementioned problems. Okay. The problem is actually a fairly simple one to fix as well, so the good news is we can fix it. Bad news is it makes me have to do something, and I hate doing things. What? Wait for someone playing StarCraft 2 for your oil processing? What do they have to do in StarCraft 2 for your oil processing? That's so funny. StarCraft 2. Trust Kerrigan one more time. Yeah, we can do that. I'm so sick of... Like, I didn't... Like, I played the first StarCraft 2, like, Wings of Liberty, I guess it was. And then Heart of the Swarm came out, and I was like, even though I loved playing Zerg the most, I'm just done. I just can't be betrayed by Kerrigan, like, 3 more times. I'm sick of it being the plot line is Kerrigan betrays you again, and everyone be surprised again. Because that really was the plot line for like way too many times. But Jim, I'm free of the Zerg influence. I've now got my own mind. Anyway, Jim, I'm going to betray you again. If y'all. She just knows what she wants. She has no idea what the fuck she wants. Don't give me that. Kerrigan has no idea what she's doing. Okay, she wants to betray people. Specifically Jim. Every time. Just Jim Raynor. And Jim Raynor will fall for it because he's just a good boy. Like, Jim Raynor is just a loyal puppy and he will fall for it every single gosh darn time. And you know he will, because he's a good boy. He is the goodest boy. But I can't let Kerrigan keep hurting him like that. And so to stop Kerrigan from hurting him, I just won't play the game anymore. Problem solved. You actually do love Kerrigan? Yeah, well, you know. What you love is up to you. Jim Marina also loves Kerrigan. See how that worked out for him. I mean, at this point, I hope they've got, like, the reason why Jim falls for it every time is just because, like, there's some, like, Zerg bullshit going on. It's like, it's actually, like, he literally can't resist because of psychic influences. I'd be like, well, you know what? It's a terrible story plot, but sure, why not? Hello. I mean, oh. Want me to go? Why am I going then? Alright everyone, I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just going to sort something out real quick. Let me just finish this and then I will... That's fine. Gotta go help Panda with something. I don't want to lie, it's life or death. Probably not probably not death. It might be life, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen out there. Crimes. Well, obviously crimes are going to happen out there. We're both there. Alright, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Everyone, take care. Hold tight. I don't know. What? Hold tight is what I meant to say, but I panicked. Remember, I'm helping you here. I know you're questioning me. Okay, I'll be back in a moment, everyone. Uh, yeah, that'll do. can only assume, Zoe, that everyone messaged you privately because no one responded. So I assume everyone's too shy to know that I would ban them. You were just talking about porn. Thanks for leaving me out of the conversation, guys. I had some comments. Look, you know what? Let me start going into my opinions. No, we're not doing that. We're absolutely not doing that. There's only two people that I would discuss that with. One of them is my wife, and the other one is my therapist. I don't have a therapist. So, guess that leaves that option. Unless my wife is my therapist, in which case that's still one person. Classic Steve cracking himself up. Okay. You're a bit late, but you... Okay. More in response to Soulburn. You generally don't use many trains as some people like this guy does. I love trains. I always use trains. Trains are just fun. Yeah, well that's true. You went full bot base for your Seablock? Ugh. I don't like bot bases. It almost seems too easy. I mean, it probably isn't, but it seems too easy, and that's enough of a death knell for me. Can I fit another one of these? Yes, it appears I could. So many bots. Do you remember how many bots you had? So many logistics warehouses. Yeah, I've never really used a lot of logistics warehouses. I only really use request a chest just to get the basic bot stuff done. Like for the malls. Could I possibly have... No, I don't think I need another one of these. I think only aluminium drop 2 is over here. Which... funnily enough running out. You just took production down in logic warehouses. It was great. I could imagine. That would be pretty amazing. And now the problem is this side is kind of a bit full. God, I can't win, can I? Input priorities that side, thank you. Well, it looks like red chips is actually maxed out, so that's cool. Are blue chips also maxed out? They are not, but they're not doing bad. They just like the blue chips, which are lacking transistors. Back to anime. Oh, what are you watching? Not that I watch a lot of anime these days, but what you watching? No, dude, I want to go watch anime. I don't want to talk to you about anime. I don't know, it's this anime about two guys, like a guy and a girl, and they're brother and sister, but they live together and they're totally like horny for each other. Sorry, I just named like 6 anime there. That didn't make 6. I think it's more than 6. Tale as old as time in anime. Such a basic plot line. Gosh. How many thrusters do I need? 600, and you're still lowballing it? Again, I wonder... I always wonder about this, ever since I thought about it a week ago, so I guess it always is a... Moving on. Is this like a case of people writing what they know? like why a lot of the shows is like people set in like high school because they never really had a chance to live life outside of high school, and so same sort of thing. It's just what they know. They're like, look, this is just the only experience to love I have, and they'd appreciate it if you didn't keep bringing it up all the time. Eat these fish for no real reason. Nostalgia is what everyone else is doing, it's what sells. You're probably right. Ah, the nostalgia of being in love with your sister? Ugh. Don't get me wrong, I love my sister, but not like that. Definitely not like that. Nostalgia being a teen. Oh. I don't know, man. I don't know. That does make a lot more sense. Yeah, I hope is a very valid point there. It's like I was looking at political party leaders the other day, like ex-political party leaders, and just one guy, it's like, he didn't really do anything, but then it was like, but he had some comments on like incest. It's like, bro, why would you take that into politics? Did you not think you were going to be ripped apart for that? Like, why would you say that? Why would you say something so blimmin' stupid? People are like, you know what? I was going to vote for this guy, but now I'm creeped out by him. Yeah, he was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to legalize it, but he had some comments of like, it's not that bad, guys. Like, no, it's entirely that bad. What the heck, bro? What the actual heck? What's bad? You didn't hear? A New Zealand politician trying to say that consensual incest was okay. Somehow he didn't win the vote. I don't know how. I think it's pretty obvious how he did. He didn't get very far on that one, thankfully. I mean, it's still... to some degree, I understand, but at the same time, not exactly gonna win votes because people are like, that's weird. I can see the argument you're making, but the general populace is still gonna be like, that's freaking weird, bro. Keep that stuff in Iceland, please. Where they don't realize because the population's too small. Seifer has ostracized the Icelandic community again. I mean, could one argue that it's like kind of harming those children? I don't know. Maybe. How many times we have to use listen old man, one person on subs? No, my sub. My one Icelandic sub. No. The only way that would be funny would be unfollows. Because it's like it's not even money. I'm concerned about my lack of rockets. Hey. Make these go faster. More faster, please. I don't think we need more of those. We got the satellites ready. That's good. Rocket fuel has crapped out again. Seriously, rocket fuel, what is your problem, man? Like, what is your problem? I literally made a bunch of sodium hydroxide for you, and you still just lollygag around, going to clubs, drinking, but not making me any sodium hydroxide. What the hell is your problem, man? Where's my goddamn sodium hydroxide? Oh sure, now you're making sodium hydroxide, now that I've come check on you. Nah bro, I don't trust you. Okay. We do not have enough water anymore. Okay, that's fine. We can get more water. It's not like it's a difficult thing to get. Sorry, Mr. White. Oh, Mr. Cat. You want us to manufacture when you're absent? It's called sodium bihydroxide. Oh, damn. I'm being sassed by my own factory. I've trained it well. Oh. I am the one who meows. That is true. I am the one who meows. For better or for worse. Okay. Well, that looks like it's doing better, but I think it's just pretending to do better to try and appease me. And I am insufficiently appeased, sirs. We could perhaps get more. What if we... Okay. This is definitely going to run out of water now. Yeah, sure. We're short quite a bit of water. Okay. Now the trick is figuring out where we're short on water, and then making the water there. Okay. Now the problem I imagine that we'll be having is the water will be doing fine, but now we've probably got too much saline water being made. Which we can... Ooh. Didn't get hit by a train, that's fine. Remember, as long as you don't get hit by a train, it's fine. And we'll just put a little cheeky thing there. Okay. Sodium hydroxide is still doing the best it can, which is still insufficient. I don't remember what we need the sodium hydroxide for, but I'm sure it's something important. Oh, it was for rocket fuel. Okay, yeah, that's decently important. Also, that stuff? I don't know. Go to the rocket fuel. Oi! Get out of here. How's blue science going? Have we actually improved blue science, or did we just think we had? Oh. We have. Kind of in a way that was unexpected. Okay, so hydroxide goes up there, it makes that stuff, and then it makes my rocket fuel. Woo! Okay. Can we stop at the blue science place? I could run there, but it's just safer to be in the train. Okay. Anytime you're ready. There you go. What a good train. Good boy. Okay, you know what? At this point, I think we can run the rest of the distance. Okay. Now you're being the reason for the slowdown. Why? Insufficient silver, perhaps? Perhaps. Copper shouldn't be a problem. Silver... is the issue, it would seem. I don't think I need to do a full line of copper here, so maybe we could... Hmm. I wonder, like I could add silver into like one of the lines. But would that actively help? That answer I don't really have. Actually. Okay, I see a way that I can do this. A lot easier than what I was thinking. If we... There we go. Bit more room. And then we just go straight into there. That fills that line with silver. And probably increases production? Probably. If both sides of these fill up, then we're actually in a good place. I think we are going to get there too. Do we need a lot of glass? 8 glass. Oh god. Oh, no, we've got glass going through there. It's fine. That was just the silver we lacked. Which I think we have sped that up happily. But not enough still. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. That's fine. Next step, we put one of these in. Glass is suffering? Glass is suffering, okay. Not the first time I've heard that, it won't be the last time I've heard that. Glass is suffering. Although to be fair, the person who said glass is suffering, I have no interest in anything they have to say anymore. So, you know, what does it matter? That person's dead to me now. It's so true though. Okay. It's always important to know when people are dead to you. You know? Some people shouldn't be alive to you forever, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's me being callous. But also, that's me being factual. You have to go back to work? Alright, Daiskin. Well, thanks for coming by. It's appreciated. You have good luck with that work. Anyone gets in your way, tell them to F off. That's what I always say. And then I get called into HR for some reason. I mean, you know what? It sounds callous, it sounds violent, but it's also true. You know? If someone's being a terrible friend, then maybe they should be dead. Again, specifically to you. I'm not advocating violence in any way, shape, or form. Maybe. Gotta protect yourself from people? Exactly. Some people do not deserve your good feelings. Okay, can we speed these up? God, it is hungry. Factory is so hungry. I don't know if I can have that much glass. In fact, I can't because the glass has run out. Alright, Turtle, allow me to clarify that one for a brief moment. Some people shouldn't be alive to you forever, is what I said. Not some people shouldn't be alive forever, which is potentially also true. Most people shouldn't be alive forever. But some people should be dead to you. You know? Like, say, hypothetically speaking, an ex, you know, who's treated you like shit. They should be dead to you. You shouldn't allow them to control your life in any way, shape, or form. Hitler is dead to you? Brilliant. That's good. It's not quite what I'm going for. I think Hitler's dead for everybody. Which is a good thing. I'm not going to start saying that's a bad thing, because, you know, it's not a good thing. He's been a very naughty boy and he knows what he did. You're trying to add levity? No. No levity. Just death. No levity, just death. Anyway, that's my political campaign that I'm going to run on. Again, keep in mind, the quote database will make sure that I never win anything. And I am proud of it for that. What happened? Did we run out of glass again? Yep. Glass is going to be a problem with. Can we increase glass production at all? Thankfully, glass isn't far away. Okay. So that's good. Why are you slow? Don't know what to do with that glass, huh? Yeah, offer some suggestions of what you could do with that glass. Okay. Let's do its damn best. And in that brief time... Wow, it really does just go through 8,000 glass in that short amount of time. It really struggles. Like, it does very well, but it's just so much glass. And anything we do to increase production isn't going to do jack unless we got the glass coming through. Like, it just does not matter. Okay. Hopefully that increases glass. But again, I just don't think it does. Train arrives, glasses run out. It's like, you've heard of just-in-time technology. This is just out-of-time technology. It's not particularly helpful. Okay. The important thing to note is these do actually have more glass in them. I just need to figure out how to... out of here. Morning. Where did Oliver go? Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone. Seems a lot like a phrase I've heard somewhere before. It does sound like a particular greeting I've heard somewhere before. And for that, all I'll say is, wah. And if it isn't, then my reference is completely pointless, and that's fine too. Okay, do we need to just figure out more glass? I think the answer is yeah, absolutely. Because if we don't have the glass coming, then what's the point? I think you've mainly heard streamers use it? That's alright. I'm thinking of a particular streamer. But you've not revealed yourself as an absolute weeb, so I respect that. You have hidden your weeb powers. Not that would bother me either way, of course. I mean, that's the thing. Time zones, right? I don't know what time you guys are in. Hell, do you guys even know what time zones you're in? Okay. What's the time? The lie, lunchtime doubly so. Time is a lie. Lunchtime is not a lie. Lunchtime is the best time. What the hell is wrong with you? Lunchtime is the best time. Like, anyone who speaks badly of lunchtime, I don't understand. No, wrong one. There we go. Look, Sir Isaac Newton didn't invent time just for you to slander it. Okay, 2 technologies remain, which is kind of concerning because I don't think I've got the space science. Lunchtime disappears before you can properly enjoy it. That's true, I suppose. I mean, lunchtime's a very good time. I don't think anyone's going to disagree on that one. No rational, sane person would say lunchtime's not a good time. I think I'm going to upgrade this train to be like a... whatchamacallit? Like a level 3 locomotive instead of a level 1. Lunchtime is an amazing time, however, other times can be debated as bad. What is a bad time? What time is inherently bad? Bedtime? Bedtime's pretty good. I understand where you're coming from, but bedtime's pretty good. Or it is a person with sleeping issues. 4 AM, few good things happen there. Wake up time's a bad time, I agree. I always had the problem of 3 AM. 3 AM was a bad time for me back when I wouldn't sleep very much. Because at 3 AM, that's when I would start to, like, think better of humanity. And you're like, oh, that's not that bad thing, right? That's a good thing. You think better of humanity? It's like, no. That's when I'd go into, like, boards of people who disagree with me on almost every basis. And I'd be like, I'm going to try and understand their point of view. And that never goes well, because... You know, how to fully break this one? Let's say someone you oppose every view they have, right? Let's say you, like, a very political sense, you just disagree with them. Going at 3 AM when you're sleep deprived to try and understand their point of view, because maybe they can't be that stupid. Maybe they can't be that wrong, can they? And then being upset at 3 in the morning because they're like, no, the point of guns is that we do shoot everyone in the face. That's the good thing. And I'm like, I don't understand. This isn't rational. You're just advocating murder. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, no. Guys, that kills people. Sometimes you're just hungry for hands. That's true. I think we all get a bit hungry for hands sometimes. Or faces. Arl. Arl. What a terrible show that was. Favorite time 3 AM, look at the fridge after not being able to sleep good for some days. Well, how's the fridge going to help you sleep? You be sleeping with the fridge, boy? Oh. No llamas and hats. Whenever I think of llamas and hats, I always inevitably think about Dr. Bees. That's another good one. Raise quality of stream? Yes, sir. Stream is now epic quality. Like a little bit of copper right there. It's a magical leopard. What? A pleurodon? I don't get that. Is that part of the llamas and hats thing? If so, I do not remember that line. Okay, we're at 2% fast and light theory E. What I would like to check real quick is how's pink science going? Pink science is... Is this Charlie the Unicorn? I don't know Charlie the Unicorn if that's what you're going with. I've never really watched Charlie the Unicorn. I'm aware of it, but I don't know it. 102, 50... Actually... Hang on, hold up, wait a minute. You know what we need to do, actually? We need to abandon that. We need to abandon our foolish ambitions. Oh. Well, our foolish ambitions were truly abandoned that day. As dumb as llamas with hats. What a bit funny. Fair enough. Very dumb, but very funny. I mean, very dumb is kind of a lot of what the old internet was, right? The old internet was just full of very dumb things that would be funny for a very long time. And then the internet became stupid, but in a bad way. The old internet was different times. The old ways are gone. I thought we were done, but I just realized we have like a lot more sciencey things to do. But that's okay, we can get those done fairly quickly, I hope. I think I want to get some more logistic spots. Nothing crazy, just maybe like another 200. I love when everything was 480 max. I just ran through that train and didn't take a hit. I shouldn't be alive. Is that logistics? That's logistics. I'm gonna take those. I am dead. Sometimes death catches up with you. Well, as stated, I'm not feeling particularly well today, so I might just go recover my corpse. Yeah, it caught up with me eventually. It might recover my corpse, finish the thought that I was having, and then I might call it for the night, just because I'm not feeling particularly well, and some sleep would probably do me well. The train decided you needed to live a little bit longer. It reminds me of a story that I read once. I can't even remember it. But basically it was like this fisherman, this old fisherman who was like out hunting this talking fish. And, you know, the huge talking fish kills the old fisherman, but leaves the young fish behind. And he's like, oh, I'm cool, I'm still alive, I can go and tell everyone about it. And it's like, alright, I've changed my mind, you're gonna die now. Like, if you just shut up, kid, like, I would have let you live. But, nope, you're not shutting up, so, you're not living. And that's why I don't tell anyone about talking fish that I find. Because I've never found one. Especially not Surf Shark. That's not a talking fish at all. It's a VPN company. Not a talking fish. I can tell the difference, and so can you. Okay. Train made a creative decision, just like the fish. Exactly. But, you know, the science is still going fairly well. I just wish I could... Glass is my problem. Is there anything else glass is used for that I can maybe... That's blue science, that's... I feel like the sulfur light source is also part of blue science. Wait. Okay, the sulfur light source is not actually made for anything else. Arboretum, fish tank, don't need a lot of those, don't need a lot of those, don't need a lot of those. So, really, glass is only used for blue science. Consistently. Kinda fascinating. Like, it's used for a bunch of other things as well, but... blue science is the one that really matters. I just need to get more blue science, I suppose. I mean, the other sciences are just as important, of course. Don't get me wrong, I need the other sciences too, but blue science is where it's sort of all going wrong. I mean, they are kind of going. Not glass has run out, but glass is probably due to arrive very soon. I wonder if it is actually worth building more of these. Like, I just need to get glass, just pa 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 pa. Like, no thinking, just glass. Why not green or pink science when blue? What do you mean? I need all the sciences, to be fair, but blue science is the one that's actively holding things back. Green science is fine. Red science is fine. Pink science could be a problem, but we'll figure that out eventually. Alright, so we need to finish 2 more tool belt sciences and then finish the science at the end of the game. I imagine we're going to need to start launching a lot more shuttles though. That's going to be the problem we're going to run into very soon. Because we are short on... Yes, the black chips are being a problem right now. Because we've run out of green chips. Not where I thought that one was going to go. You're unaware of the existence of pink or green science? You think that just adds to it? Well, green science is in base game. Pink science is not. Yeah, pink science is not. We're still going to need to launch a lot of rockets. I think as we start getting closer to the end of science, that's going to happen a lot more. As we stop needing quite so much in the way of science. Anyway, we need to call it. I'm sorry, normally I like to stream for 3 hours, but since I'm not feeling well, 2 hours is about the best I can do today, I'm afraid. I'm sure you will understand if you do not. I'm sorry. I've got a box right here. Look at this. I got a box. That's got to be moved. Not today, though. Anyway. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you are new here, please do consider following. Yeah, well, it's just a cold. It just dies slowly. I will next be streaming on Thursday, hopefully a lot healthier than I am now. God, I hope so. What the hell is going on there? Oh, that's cute. You want what the shirt? What the shirt? Can't make me stand up when I'm unwell. I see how it is. Today's shirt is a bunch of D&D explorers just getting absolutely savaged by monsters. Which is just good times, you know? It's all you really want to see. A bunch of adventurers getting mauled. Thank you, Oliver. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'll next be streaming on Thursday. Oh yeah, the social links. Let's go to those. YouTube.com/SeiferKatt. That's where you can go to find VODs. I've uploaded a whole bunch of new ones, so they should be coming online over the next few days. It is a pretty good shirt, yeah. If I had more time, I'd go over it. If I had more time and wasn't feeling sick, I'd go over it, so I just don't feel like it right now. Normally I do. Because I love this shirt. Also, you got Discord link if you want to join a community. That's a place you can go. Also, if you want a deal... Oh, I can't raise quality of stream right now. I'll have to do that next stream for you. If you're wanting a deal on VPN, type... well, click on the link down below for Surfshark. And use my code, SeiferKatt. We're keeping it simple. Just if you're wanting that. Cool. And with that, I'm done for the night. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. I don't know what's up with this head tilt thing. This is new.